How's it going, everybody? My name is Rinzler here, back again for another video, and we're going to be making a video that I did not originally intend to make, but I decided that if I'm going to make a video talking about the best episode of Drake and Josh of all time, I might as well make a video about the other end of the spectrum, talking about the worst episode of Drake and Josh of all time. Now, mileage may vary. I'm sure that there are a lot of people out there that love this episode of Drake and Josh, and this is just my opinion. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Now, before I talk about this episode, I'd just like to remind everyone that I love Drake and Josh, and that every episode of the show is either good or great. I mentioned in my last video that Drake and Josh have a wide variety of memorable episodes that do good at teaching lessons, at being more responsible, doing the right thing, and showing how you can be a better person. In my opinion, Drake and Josh is Nickelodeon's magnum opus when it comes to their live-action outings, and it definitely deserved its 4 seasons and 2 movies. So that's why it breaks my heart to say that Drake and Josh does have one bad episode. That episode, of course, is Season 3, Episode 11, Theater Thug. So the premise of this episode, if you can even call it that, is that there's a criminal on FBI's most wanted list known as the theater thug who robs movie theaters. Josh is selected to portray the theater thug in a TV recreation of a theater thug robbery. However, the appearance on TV causes everybody in San Diego to believe that Josh is the actual theater thug instead of just an actor. So throughout the entire episode, Josh keeps constantly getting arrested due to people mistaking him for the real theater thug. This whole case of mistaken identity totally ruins Josh's life. He keeps getting thrown in jail for absolutely no reason multiple times a day, and is even forced to resort to wearing a disguise at one point to avoid being arrested again. At the very end of the episode, the actual real theater thug comes to the premiere theater where Josh works, and Josh is actually able to take him down for the police with Drake. And it's a happy ending of sunshine and rainbows with Josh getting his name cleared and everything going back to normal, right? Right? Well, nope. Because of course not. Instead, after Josh takes down the theater thug, the police just arrest Josh again and allow the real theater thug to get away. What really sickens me about this episode is that they try to find humor in an innocent teenager being repeatedly arrested for something he didn't do, and then they don't even give him a happy ending. Not to mention, the cops are too busy to stop real crimes because of this stupid plot. There's just nothing funny about this episode. I remember hating this episode even when I was a kid. It's most other people's least favorite too, and for good reason. This was a very rare misfire for Drake and Josh. I'm sorry guys, but every show's gotta have a bad episode, and Theater Thug is Drake and Josh's. Seriously, just skip this episode if you don't want to lose brain cells, thinking about how sad and unfunny this episode truly is. Man, it really does break my heart that I have to talk about Drake and Josh in a negative light, because I've seen every episode of this show, and I grew up with it. I've recently rediscovered my liking for it, and I'm all for them doing a 5th season with them now being in their 30s and having their own families. I think it would be a really good idea. But man, looking back at their rich history, Drake and Josh, this really is the only episode of Drake and Josh I avoid like the plague. I can't stand it. Even as a kid, I never liked watching it. It doesn't have any good vibes. It doesn't teach any morals. It doesn't even have a happy ending, and they keep playing off something really tragic as being funny. Honestly, this is just not a good episode of Drake and Josh. I found it to be almost unhealthy. It hurts to watch this episode. And, just how I avoid it like the plague, I would recommend everybody else also avoid it like the plague, because it's a really bad episode. But don't let this one bad episode detract from Drake and Josh for you. As I mentioned in my best episode of Drake and Josh video, Drake and Josh has a lot of great episodes like Grammy and Honor Council and Really Big Shrimp, and of course my personal favorite, Josh Is Done. So when I say this is a rare misfire, I mean a rare misfire. Theater Thug is the only episode of Drake and Josh that I don't like. I like every other episode of the show. And so it does kind of hurt me that I have to make a video talking about something I didn't like in the show. But I honestly do think that this is the one episode of Drake and Josh that just sticks out like a sore thumb. And I would recommend that nobody watch it because it's really bad. But anyway, guys, thank you for enjoying this video. Remember to check out my last episode, Drake and Josh, as well. And remember to give this video a major thumbs up. Share this video with all of your friends and all of your various social media platforms. Ring that notification bell and let me know in the comments down below what you liked and didn't like about this video. And I will see all you dudes and chicks in the next video.